redundantly going over and over the same fucking goddamn shit. That we are desire machines, we are addicted.
But Gary, you're just making the...
You don't ask a heroin addict whether heroin is cool.
Right, so, I mean, all you're saying is that you can't see any trajectory to it.
I'm
you don't
saying
see us
that
accomplishing
nobody can
anything,
describe such a thing. That's all I'm saying.
Only thing.
Nobody can make a rational argument explaining what is gained. Okay, all I'm saying, what we accomplished, where's the 400-pound diamond to put on the other side of the scales to make this the harm that's done justifiable. And all I'm saying is people don't do that. People don't say, I volunteer to be the, rabbit that gets half mauled by the dog and spends the next 3 months dying. I volunteer to be... No one's doing that. No one's volunteering to exist in the shitty states. And so nobody's making any argument defending or justifying the price paid for our fucking existence.
Well, I mean, first of all, what you say is nonsense. Who could volunteer to exist? I mean, that doesn't make any fucking sense at all. But, and the other thing is that you're just, as far as I'm concerned...
No, they can do it. Look, Remy, it's not a literal statement, Remy. Remy, it's not a literal statement of accountability. It's merely stating it. State it. Be honest, and somebody honestly say to me, to my goddamn face, okay, I don't mind living 30 years as the Elephant Man. I would accept.
Oh my God! You don't need to yell. You can calm down. Okay, just like
why don't you again die slowly as possible. Jesus, could somebody who knows how to do like witchcraft or something?
Gosh, Gary, that doesn't sound like something spoken by a man who wants to reduce suffering in the world.
Yeah, well, I want to reduce the net suffering in the world, okay? So you reduce the net suffering by killing syphilis, you kill malaria, and you kill little skanky cunt trolls.
So you think that would reduce the net suffering in the world? If we could, I don't know, tie her up and flay her, skin her alive or something, so she could never troll
we
this
could
room
just
again.
fucking run her over with a steamroller. Let's make it really quick. Let's run over and let's put every spammer,
you really need to calm down. It's all your
useless piece
life
of
is just
crap
going on and on
planet
about
Earth and steamroller them. Yes, let's do that. Okay, let's lay them out on a highway somewhere and one day we'll just crack every one of their fucking useless skulls.
Well, I might not be disagreeing with that, but it wouldn't be an argument about reducing net suffering. It would be about
well, I don't know how you could avoid the net suffering reduction.
Screwing up the conversation.
It's so fucking obvious, Remy. I mean, how can you not figure out that would be a net reduction in suffering? What do you think those trolley pieces of shit contribute to the world that has any value whatsoever? Do you think they actually do something in the actual world besides being smelly cunts and an absolute pain in the ass no matter where they go? I don't think it's possible. So they're got to be. They're all negative.
Well, I can't say.
Well, I can. I will. I'll vouch for their credibility.
That's one.
Well, that sounds as convincing as any other argument,
Gary, is that you have no equivocation whatsoever. You are 100% self-certified, self-authenticating, and I like that. But I can't go there with you. Sorry.
Yeah, well, I don't even know what that means, but whatever. Whatever.
What he said, Gary, in so many words is, you're full of shit.
For human beings that have no value, I just don't understand. So what's the point in that? What's the point in defending that behavior? Why shouldn't we have a law against it? Why shouldn't assholes whose only intent is to be an asshole? Why should we have a law? That's not complicated, is it? Thou shalt not be an asshole. Is that some sort of law that's just, oh no, we can't have that law because we need assholes? No, I don't think we do. Thou shalt not
my
be
opinion,
a
Gary, is
asshole.
that
Yeah,
people who crash rooms for their own entertainment ought to have their kneecaps broken. That's my opinion.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't, like I said, that's just suffering then. No, I just say, you know, 3 strikes, you're out. Crash the room twice, and then the third time you crash it, yeah, you're done.
I got a cellar full of sledgehammers, Rami, so you and I can embark.
Let's roll.
Yeah, so you're going to go roll in with a guy who's got a cellar full of sledgehammers. Alright, that you're comfortable with. You can't take my word
Yeah,
for it.
that's a good point. That might not be wise.
This little cruddy scum aren't worth anything, but you'll go out and hang with the guy with a cellar full of sledgehammers.
It was a poor attempt at humor, sorry, and obviously I didn't succeed.
Yeah, well, it worked for me. I got the last laugh out of it. Turn off your mic, asshole. God, too many assholes tonight. Go ahead, Ryan.
I was wondering, when you said, okay, you might as well believe in God, what did you mean by God? Because my assertion of what God is, or who he is that he's a materialist, basically. He's following in a materialistic world, and whenever I talk to Christians about it, they kind of agree with me.
Yeah, well, whatever. It's a Christian God. What? No one's talked to him in 2,000 years. Okay, so what are you even talking about? He's a materialist. Obviously, he's not. No, I'm using it because God's always the simple answer. Okay, I mean, why is there DNA? Oh, God did it. Why is there a universe? Oh, God did it. Okay, I'm just saying it works forever. Okay. God is the Savior is going to come, right? They've been saying that for 2,000 years. He hasn't shown up. They can say it for 4,000 more. They could say it forever. That, oh no, just 3 weeks from now, Jesus is coming back. Just hang in there. Jesus will be here in 3 weeks. They can say that forever, all right? And no one's going to have a response to it, but no, there is no Jesus. He ain't coming back. And you're just going to say, oh yes, he is. It says in the book he's coming back. That's what I meant.
And then another thing I wanted to bring up was, what was it? You said that the universe is basically a Frankenstein. Well, I mean, if we're like the little bacteria on the Frankenstein, maybe we can transmute his flesh into something else, maybe? I don't know. Isn't that the point of being alive?
Yeah, well, maybe. But what does most of the living things on Earth transmute into? Okay, it's not daisies. Okay, it's lots of things with sharp teeth, or things that kill other things, or feed off of them parasitically and steal all their energy, and just get real. That's not. DNA is not interested in creating some sort of elegant life forms. It has no judgment about elegance or sophistication. Alright? It doesn't care about any of that crap. It just cares about making things that reproduce.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if we were talking about Frankenstein being the universe and us being bacteria, we would turn Frankenstein basically into soil. And then if nature has a seed, then maybe there's a daisy involved.
Yeah, whatever. You've just completely broken my metaphor. I didn't say the universe was Frankenstein, but it's besides the point. You're just ruining the metaphor. Frankenstein's steeds. Why don't we talk about, Frankenstein's testicles next? I mean, you're just going nowhere here. You're just breaking the metaphor.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay, your metaphor is broken.
I don't understand the metaphor. That's why.
Okay, your metaphor. Because it don't make no sense. Gary's point of view is that we're all Frankenstein, but if you ask Frankenstein about this life, you're going to get a Frankenstein answer. So the only person who could give you an authentic answer would be somebody who doesn't exist. Yeah, that's his answer.
No, well, the answer
I'm
is there's
sorry,
nobody
Remy.
else
I
here to
wanna hear it
study
from
us
Gary.
but
I
us,
wanna hear
Remy.
it
So
from
that's
you.
always going to be a dilemma, and it's always going to be a conflict. Now, you want to ignore the conflict, that's fine. The Frankenstein metaphor works because we are a creation, okay? And the creator doesn't have a mission here, okay? He didn't create something to play the piano. He just created something that's alive, okay? And it doesn't really have much of a mission. So like a Frankenstein, we're just banging through the world, all right? And the net product of what we are is a Frankenstein. It's a suffering, troublesome, harm-creating monster. It's a hideous beast. It is not a refined, functional machine. That's what life on Earth is. It's Frankenstein in its collective net product. Not that each one
Gary?
of us individually is a Frankenstein, but pretty much we are.
Gary, that was
Exactly.
spoken like a true
Exactly,
Frankenstein's
Gary.
monster. Good job, man.
Again, you can just say stuff like that, but I hope everybody it's revealed that this is the counter argument. That we're not supposed to study human psychology. We're not supposed to study how that psychology controls human memes and human culture, and how we've been caught up in a game of momentum. That there is no value underlying it. It's
But
just
Gary-
a ball rolling, and that we keep rolling it because it's been rolling, and we just keep doing it because it's been doing it. And if anybody attempts to
Exactly.
analyze that, they're somehow breaking the rules. Don't analyze the human being. You're not allowed to judge the human being because you're a human being. I mean, it's just nonsense.
But Gary, listen, man.
I'm
I
analyzing
mean, don't you
them
see the contradiction here?
Couldn't have said
in a
it better
fair
myself.
perspective.
You're saying
in an
we're all
informed
Frankenstein's
perspective.
monster. You're saying we're all Frankenstein's monster. All of us except you. You can see beyond this condition. You can analyze it truly.
Obviously, I'm not the only person that can do that, am I? There's other people who agree with me, who've reached the same conclusions. I'm not the only person that can see that, oh yeah, I get it. I see the psychology. I see how I've been owned most of my life by bullshit, how I've chased bullshit, absolute fucking bullshit. They can see that. And it's an analysis that any human being can judge the analysis. They can look at the numbers and they can judge the values, how the equations were done, how the math was done. I'm not hiding the math from somebody. I'm not just throwing a conclusion at the human race and saying, here, believe me. I'm saying, here's the math, here's the pieces, here's the logic, here's the story of evolution, here's what DNA does, here's what evolution does as a process, here's how it's affected our psychology, our maturation through our development of intelligence and understanding. And this is our dilemma. Okay? And so I've put all the facts out there. I've laid it all out for any
asked you
human
more than a
being
year
who
ago, let me
wishes
see your
to
mouth.
fairly analyze
haven't
it.
seen the
To
equations yet.
fairly analyze it. And you're not going to talk over me, Remy. I'm going to finish my fucking sentence. Alright? I've put it on the table for anybody to fairly analyze every fucking thing I'm saying and point out, if they have the balls, point out where the error in the math exists. Not say you can't do the math. That's bullshit. Make an argument, point out where there's a flaw in it, but don't play this game that nobody's capable of drawing up the diagram, doing the blueprint. We can blueprint what fucking life on Earth is. We can draw the fucking picture.
All right. Well, if you're finished, then I'll speak. I don't want to talk over you or anything like that. By the way, I'm lagging, so if I'm speaking over you, that's probably why. But I did make I made some videos to you about a year ago, and I said, show me your math, and I haven't seen the equations yet. And at this point, I'll duck off.
Fine. I mean, whatever, Remy. Yeah, I've got over 2,000 videos I've made. It's not literal math, Remy. It's not 5 plus 5, but I have explained the general parameters of the math, that your superficial goddamn glories in life do not compensate for brain tumor. They do not compensate for all the other harsh, negative things that happen to conscious organisms on this fucking planet. Okay, that they are kind of just trivial, little silly moments of ego glorification that don't have enough value to compensate. They aren't 400-pound diamonds. They don't have enough goddamn material weight, okay, to make up